Hello and welcome back to this grey Rivertown. Seems like it's been pretty dark today, and I believe that's because it's winter, yeah. Although there are no clouds in the sky, it's pretty sunny and everything is still dark. Go wonder. But today we have a couple of things that we want to achieve in here. We're finally populating the areas that we created last time, including parks and all that good stuff. And we are also expanding our farms in here. Depending, I think this will be a pretty quick change. So if that's the case, the next thing that I might do is I don't think we have that unlocked yet. We have the trains unlocked, which we are using to bring cargo into our cargo terminal in here. And yeah, we have some in over here, and sometimes we export as well. But what I want to do here, if you look at the production, we need so much livestock for some reason, and we also need vegetables, grain, but these need some resource or fertile land, and we are good in terms of production on the wood side of things. We also seem to be using a lot of rocks, but I don't want to do that right now. So what I'll start doing is getting more livestock into this area. Oh, our little river here has become interesting. That's that's the only way I can describe it. I might do a little bit of a change in here just to get this a little bit better, and maybe we can see this going slightly, the water actually flowing in there. At the moment, it just seems a little bit weird the way it is, but I definitely want to make sure that this goes, how it was supposed to go. Water flowing from one place to the other. So I guess this is the height we want to go, and I'll try to make it a nice, oh, there we go. We can see water flowing in there now. I'll see how this goes, and I'll try to make a little bit of a change in here to make all of this have more or less the same effects. What I hope so, because at the moment the water is still stopping there. It's definitely a little bit weird how the water works in the game, but I will try to figure that out and improve this a little bit more. Because certainly we have water flowing, right? We didn't have water in here before. But why it doesn't show the water actually flowing and just the water over there, which is kind of interesting. So I may have to do something like this, and all of a sudden there is a lot of water going here. Oh, there we go. We might get something here. Maybe it's just the heights that we will need to play around a little bit and see. Oh, and then we don't have more water in here. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit odd. But we see what we can do. See if we can make this slightly better. And then I'll build the farms, and then we will get this zoning over there together. So let me build this, and I'll be right back. So industry is in, and I actually flat this out because I wasn't liking the way it was looking or what it was doing and or anything really. So I basically stopped the water flowing here. We still have some water in there, weird enough. I don't know if this is going to go away or what's gonna happen. but for now it will stay there. So that's how it looks now. And in this area we have all our livestock industry, and if you look at this, we are now on the surplus. Production is quite high. Surplus now, interesting enough, it's quite a lot more than what we need, which is great. Don't get me wrong, we will export this and will make even more money. But yeah, I think the change there was quite large. Basically, what we've done was this industry in here, which is alright. We are in need of high-skilled labor. Interesting. We need poorly educated and educated. So this is what they're calling high-skilled. We basically need people in the city. And one way that we can sort that out, I will remove this, is basically filling up the gaps in here that we have. So in terms of education on this area, we do have a playground, which gives us well-being. Can I fit a children's clinic in there? No, I can't. All right. But how are we with education? We still have 150 available positions in there. I think that's more than enough for now. As we add more in here, we'll probably have to add another school in this area, but we will be all right. What we have in here, this is what I want to show you. It's basically, we have some residential, medium density residential in here. And then we have some of the mixed housing in there. We have some commercial, more residential, some offices over there, and commercial in here, which I think I'll keep more commercial in this area. And then around here, that'll be residential, and we'll basically create like a pocket in there. So let's go for that and start providing some of those spaces in here. Now I could keep some of the, yeah, I think I'll do that. Some of the mixed residential in here, just because we have this signature building, and I think that would make sense to have that in there. And then I can come in and start doing things like that. We might need to remove some of these buildings to add like some parks and things like that, but I'll first do this and then we'll go back and take a look at what we can do. If we have some parks in here, we have the large parks and the parks and recreation. We haven't unlocked anything larger than that, but looking at the sizing over here, I would potentially need something quite small, like the small playground that I can fit here and there. They're still complaining about not having enough leisure, but you can see that we have quite a few parks around here. It's interesting. I don't know why they would complain about that, but they are complaining about that. So yeah, I guess it is what it is. I've zoned this area, that's more than enough. These buildings will start coming in. We do have demand for high density, but I think I will keep this at medium. Ooh, something happened in here. Let's see. Oh, you capsized. That happens, I guess. But back over here. So yeah, this will cause a little bit of an issue with traffic in the area, especially with a lot of people moving, and start seeing more and more demand for elementary school, as expected. Now, in this area in here, I'm thinking, oh, I said that I'll add more commercial in there. Let's do that. Is that low density? Yes, low density. We can definitely add a little bit more. And what I'm thinking is that I'll potentially do this over here too, just as a starting point in there for us. To have enough mail, I know that we've built this area I don't remember if we had like enough mail. We do have mail in here. We could have more over here. Or let's say mail, the mailbox. That's actually what I mean there. We have plenty in here. We have some in there. That's all right. I might do one extra over here. Definitely nothing in this area, so let's add a couple. Make them happy over here. And obviously we've done these new pockets of farms in here, so we need that as well. And I think we are good. All right. This will hopefully help us a little bit. And internet coverage, seems to be good enough. Nice. This has filled up. We have some gaps that will add some trees in there and we'll sort that all out. What I want to see is if we sort the no skill gap. Yeah, they are all fully allocated now. And I bet that we still have some space for more people in here. If we look at unemployment, yeah, we could even have more industry or commercial or offices. If we look at demand, what do we have in here? We definitely have commercial demand. We have some industrial demand, although it's complaining about the lack of materials locally available, which is understandable, especially looking, and we have some demand for offices, but especially considering that we are in the red in here for basically everything, then it makes sense. So yeah, something that we can look at later. We also have some space in here, and I do want this to be residential in there. I think that will help us out. Maybe instead of doing this, I will do the mixed zoning in here. I think that would be interesting. We also have the city hall in there, which I believe if we do this, cheaper for them to level up and less crime rate across the city. That is quite good. And our money is still stable there, 34.8. Now, on this corner, I would say that we need some offices. At least that's what I would expect in an area like this. Maybe on this one, I'll actually do some shops in there, a little bit like this. And this will start looking better. So perfect. We are now growing this area. What we do over here and over here, that is the main question now. So what I'm thinking is that we may do some offices in that area as well. In terms of residential, we do have more in here. What I'm thinking is that we'll have residential, at least at this block, and maybe we do mix at the back here, just so we have a kind of transition there. And I think I like that. All right, and then we have this area. Oh, it's snowing. It's usually hard for us to see snow in the map because it lasts like so short amount of time or snow in here. And we are at -5 in January. Good. That's nice. I don't see that often, especially like looking very close. I just wonder how they're all driving like that. That's kind of a challenge, I would say. But you know what? They manage it. Maybe they're all autonomous cars and you don't actually need to see where you're going. We're also having complaints about the road condition. Is that true? Yeah, kind of here and here. I think we added these last time. We have some working cars. I will expand this and add 5 more vehicles for road maintenance. I think that'll be enough to keep things working on our side, and then hopefully this will work in our favor. So we have some mixed commercial and residential coming up in there, some more people moving in, and let's take a look at what we have in here. Unemployment is on the rise because we have a lot of people joining us in the city, and for the jobs, as you can see, are going up as well. So hopefully that balance a little bit. If it doesn't, we will have to take a look at that. A lot of commercial workers, a lot of industrial workers, some office workers, and some city service. Let's take a look at our services then. Garbage collection seems to be under control. Education, we are, well, now starting to struggle a little bit more with elementary school, but that is expected. College is still okay, and so I will ignore that for now. In terms of fire and rescue, we are good. Police, we seem to be all right. Average crime probability just 2%, 25% success rate, which is not really awesome, but you know, it's better than anything. We do have a this is the city hall. We don't have a welfare office. Looking at this, interesting. We might need to find a place for that where we are happy, but I won't do that right now. And we have some leisure in here. Looks like not enough, but that will do for now. We do have a building for maintenance. Yes, we do. Great. Now, I mentioned that we may do some public transportation in here. If we were to do this, the idea would be to potentially have a metro line crossing the whole city. The problem that I see with that is that for subway, you also need the subway yard, which is a huge building, which is almost the same size as this one. And this takes quite a lot of the space that we have in here. We'll do that, but I think I want to grow the city a little bit further before we do any of that. So maybe we come back in here and we take a look at our demand to see what has changed, if anything. We still have more demand for commercial. So maybe that's what we will need to tackle next, and maybe we improve the demand in here. I just noticed that we are doing low density in there. I may go in here and update this for higher density, just so we have a transition between the higher density buildings from here into the low density building that we are having towards this area. I think that works a little bit better. And this will provide more working spaces for them as well and help them out, reaching out into the city. We now have this entrance to the city. We have that entrance, and this one over here that connects this highway over there. I am thinking that soon enough we'll also build another connection on this one, because this area will be quite busy and it will be a lot better for them to have a direct access from there instead of going around over here or getting out in the air, going around and coming back over here. I think that works in our favor a little bit better than other things. Ooh, look at that. I love to see that. I hate to see this, but I love to see this melting and everything starting to look like spring is coming. Look at that. Beautiful. I just love to see what's happening there, like instead of being this dark, but you know, this is one of my pet peeves with the game. So we have residential in there, right? Yes, we do. It's starting to change in here. I think we have plenty of spacing over there still, which is all right. We definitely need more. Oh, I need to fix this first. There we go. Let me reduce the size. I want this to be properly done. Nice. So in the entrance in here, it seems like if I do commercial, they will just move in. So I might do something like this. I just put the wrong density in there. What I actually want to do is that we can do higher density over here. I just don't think we'll connect this in there. Maybe we take a look at this and see what we can or should do over here. I'm thinking that I'll add, maybe I'll do a pedestrian road connecting here. And maybe we turn this into a pedestrian road like throughout there, and hopefully this helps us. And we have a new signature building called the Euclidean Apartments. The smooth arched shapes simply boggle the mind of everyone around, but in a good way. Cool. That'll be potentially a building for around here. Let's take a look. This one. Yes, I think that'll definitely be a building for around here. Where would this fit though? Seems like if I go in here, that'll be a perfect spot for this. Might do it over there. Remove any zoning that we might have in here. Like here. And then we will do some trees over here. I think we can fit those there. By the way, I got the line drop tool, which we just had some sort of issue in there, but that is all right. But this will help us do something like this. Although I have to remove those. Go back in here and try that again. Yeah, we have an issue in there. I know it. Ooh, can I get like very close there? Yes. Look at that. And then trees are in there. And they've been done like almost fully mature. That's awesome. And we also got a few plants. Few production of all types happens there. Interesting. All right, I like this building over here. That fit really, really well in there. I really like it. What I'll do then, I will add some trees over here and in the middle to fill those gaps. Not over there because we still have buildings coming up. All right, trees are in. We just need to wait for them to grow now. One thing that I want to do is to actually add a little bit more of the bus stops in here because we're stopping here, and I think I could bring this a little bit further back in here. Maybe I'll move this bus stop or maybe I'll leave it there. And I want them to go... Where do I want them to go? I was thinking if we should use the roundabout to come back, but that might make things quite busier. And I can only think that this is the place where I want to bring this, and maybe over there. So I can basically do this, remove that waypoint in there, do this in here. Can I do something like this? I definitely can. Instead of doing this, I might do another stop then over here, and then I will bring this in there. So that way we hopefully... Oh, I did it on the wrong side. Let me try that. I'll remove this. And again, we will bring this there, so the buses will come around and go this way. Hopefully helping this area a little bit better with public transportation, which, by the way, we are pretty busy in here. I just think that we might have like a lot of buses very close together, although it's almost one on each stop in there. But we do have this bus full, this stop in here, which is this one that we just added, has quite a lot of people waiting. But we do have 23% line usage, and I think that's good enough, you know? Will help us move people around, which is what we are trying to do there. I also think that this corner we could do some high density offices because they won't grow as much, and that would look cool in this corner in here as well. I really want to see how this is all gonna look like. Oh, that is some craft extending here that caused chaos. Look at that. Police there. I think we need some firefighter, but I don't know where they are or if they even coming. Let's see. We're down. They just arrived. Yeah, a little bit late. So we mentioned about using that signature building. I think this is a huge building, the fuel plant. And it is quite large, although I feel like we can fit that in there quite nicely, or maybe a little bit further in here. Do I want this road to keep going? I might do want this to keep going. So if I want to do this, I'll do it in here. So let's take a look at where this is overlapping. This is the power line, I believe. Let's pause the game. Let's remove this from here. I think we can make it a little bit better. I'll also remove this from there. This is outside of our area, can do much in there. And then we will work on this. I think that is as good place as any. I also just noticed that we have power just coming here. So what I'll do a transformer closer in this area, maybe here, and connect this to the line there. So we also spread power through different places and we don't have a bottleneck. For example, this is a huge bottleneck for us that eventually we'll have to change because we won't be able to pass enough electricity in there to help the whole area. So this is something that we have to keep in mind. This will do for us, but now we are producing petrochemicals in here. We are getting more and more employees. 175 out of 552 people we need in here. This will bring our unemployment. Yeah, we need a lot more people in the city. So hopefully this will help with this area over here and everything will fill up quite nicely. What we could do is add some high density in areas like this where we have smaller zoning. So the buildings are not very, very high or tall, I should say. And that is something that we can try to explore. I hope that works. I really hope that works. Just find those little spots. We don't have many, so that is all right. But I think they would make sense. This one is quite a large building. This will hopefully gives more space for housing than the middle density, which we don't have demand anymore. So the idea is that those at least bring them some options. I could also do a fill on this row in here. And I think that's exactly what I'll do there. And then this will help with the demand and with the people. Let's help them out. We have this one, there we go. We have 24 people, 26 people. This is a larger building, so expect more people in there. But this helps with like smaller apartments. 36, 24. All right. This will help slightly, not much, but as you can see, give us a little bit of a dent in there. And as those are in, we should see an increase of people in here, which are we are at half the number of employees in there. So efficiency, not enough employees yet. This should be changing slowly as we get more and more people working there. But the idea is that these give us some production of petrochemicals. How are we doing here? Oh, look at this. A lot more than we need. So fantastic. Yeah, look at that. Very good. And our money is, oh, we double our money with this build from today. But that's where we stay for today. By the way, have you seen these little hearts going up when it's February in the city for Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day. Come on, words. But yeah, there we go. I think this area has filled up quite nicely. Next time we will definitely expand things a little bit. We still have to expand here. I'm kind of procrastinating in this area, but we will build in there. I don't know if next time or not. I want to expand this and make this looks nicer. Maybe we do a mini downtown in here with higher density buildings. Nothing too large, but something to make this more interesting. We should then make sense for me to try to connect this area with a metro to the area that we built in here, because I think I mentioned that this might be another high density area, or maybe we build some high density over here. I don't know. One thing at a time. There are options. That's definitely one thing. We need to build this connection, but I think, oh, and the light is finally changing. I guess we are in spring finally. There we go. And much better. The city looks a lot better that way. For today, we still have some snow on the top of the mountains at the back there, which is interesting, but it's really nice. It's a nice view. I really like the city, and I really like what we have and the progress that we made today. So 20,500 people, 30 million in money, and the city is growing, and that is looking gorgeous. So what do you want to see? Is there anything that I'm missing that you want to see here other than the subway? Maybe airports, something that I do want to do later on as well. But let me know what you think and we can take a look at that. For now, thank you for all your likes. Thank you for all the support, for all the patrons, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.